Happy Friday. My name is Evan Frank. Today is the 5th of April, 2013. And I'm going to do Hannah's survey as well, which I have called OVOS, because she called it our very own survey. OVOS, so OVOS. And I looked that up just to make sure it wasn't like slang or something. And it means eggs in another language. Eggs, yams, totally related. What are 3 things you will always spend money on, even when you are broke? Theatre. I was going to say music, because I think I will still spend money on like CDs, but probably not as much if I was like seriously broke. I mean, because there's Spotify. I'm sure I'd do okay. Maybe like food, but not like bread to keep me alive, like gummy bears, because those are good, and hang out with friends, because I think that's worthy. So if like I had friends who were like, we're all going to go to this film, I'd be like, well, I'm coming too, you know. Assuming I was invited, of course. What is your favorite song at the moment? It's from this. This is the show that I saw over February vacation, which is of Edwin Drood, and it's a song called A Man Could Go Quite Mad, which is the sort of song that you listen to, and you get to the end, and then you go back to the beginning and play it again. Like, it's just so good. I like it a lot, because it has intensity. It's awesome. If I can find it on YouTube, there's a link to it down below, because you should all listen to it. If you could live in any time period in history, which would you choose and why? I'm quite happy with modern era. It has a lot of things that I enjoy. And although I appreciate like the aesthetics of different eras, there aren't any that I really want to live in. I know people here. I have an iPod. You know. This one. If you had to pick one person to be stranded on a desert island with, who would it be and why? This one took me a long time to think about. Until one of you cleverly pointed out a sort of a loophole, I guess. There's a few. I mean, the classic one is like a guy with a submarine, but I chose President Barack Obama because I'd like to meet him. I'm sure it'd be interesting to talk to. I've seen him before, but I've never actually like spoken to him, because he's the president and I'm an 18-year-old high school student. And then people would realize that the president had gone missing, and there'd be a huge manhunt, and they'd find us, and they'd get us both off the island, and throw me in jail for life for putting the president on a desert island. But then the president would be like, no, Evan, he's cool, and then I'd go free. What is your favorite comfort food? Kettle corn, because it's amazing, and it's my ambrosia. Tell us 3 things you want in your dream house. A sense of space, windows, a computer. I don't have a lot of, it just has to like feel nice. Name your favorite physical and personal characteristics of yourself. I enjoy my relative lankiness, red hair, lankiness, very definable look. Oh, and personal characteristics. I think that I am fairly easygoing. Name your least favorite physical and personal characteristics of yourself. Time management is a thing. I guess task management too is a thing sometimes. If you had to relive 1 year of your life, either because it was awesome or to do it better, what year would you pick and why? Last year I had a pretty good year. Junior year was pretty decent, I thought. And I guess I'd do it again for that reason. And I think that I've learned some things and could do some things better as well. You could have a conversation with anyone and say whatever you liked, knowing they wouldn't remember it after. Who would you pick and what would you say? There are a few of these actually, because I often feel like people that I sort of want to tell how much they mean to me, I guess. Friends, especially. And it's not always like normal to do that. Especially as I'm approaching the end of senior year, I sort of want to tell people that they've been important to me or meaningful to me, or that I value their friendship or whatever else, all those sort of corny things. But then it's just sort of like awkward, like ready to go from there, like, I value you as a person. And that's nice, you know. So, that. If you were elected president of the United States, what would be the first act of your presidency? Gay, trans, equality. Because that needs to happen. And it's not happening. And it should. Like, not even just marriage, just like equality. All forms of equality. And then change all the public's minds. Like, people who don't agree with me, I just make them agree with me. Because they should. There's something wrong with that. And then tell us what Hogwarts House you would be in and why. Pottermore has me put in Slytherin, and that kind of makes sense to me. So, Slytherin. I forget what the defining characteristics of Slytherins are, but that's where I've been put. There so shall I stay. I think that's my survey. I'm going to check for time. Hold on a second. Time is a thing. Oh, guys. You both had 11-minute one take. Or I'm 8 minutes in. Oh, I have to talk for a while now. Like how these books look. They're pretty cool. Pretty cool books, if I do say so myself. Also, I've been accepted back at Canopy for a second year. So I'll be working there this summer, and actually probably soon, because the season starts mid-April. So I had fun doing OVOS. Coming with answers took me a while, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really interesting thing to think about. And I hope you all enjoy your weekends, and I will see you all next week. Thing that I did with the stuff, and the people, the places, and the things. I cut all this out. No one will ever know that I said the word shrimp.